This is council meeting. It's Monday.
Ah, shoot. We're good.
Better try that with your voice, Mayor.
All right.
Chipmunks in the computer. I'd fix that.
It's Monday, December 20th. It's 7:30, and I call the meeting to order. Administrator Bergman, please call the roll.
Pritchett.
Here.
Stenglein. Here. Erickson. Here. O'Day.
Here.
Stunek. Here. Johnson.
Here.
Bevins.
Here.
And Badeau.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At least we didn't lose our humor.
Starting out 2022.
All right. Item 4 is approval of the agenda.
Gentle.
The agenda. We do have a. Yeah, we're going to whack that, right? Mm-hmm. So HR Director Schubert has requested that tonight's agenda be amended to remove the closed session to conduct the administrator's performance review and move that till February 7th, correct?
Correct.
All right. Any other
Approve as amended.
move?
Second.
We've got a motion to approve by Tad, a second by Pritchett. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Next up is the consent calendar, item 5. Notice to the public that all matters listed are considered routine by the council and will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless good cause is shown prior to the time the council votes on the motion to be adopted by roll call. Is there a motion to adopt the consent calendar by Johnson, second by Stunek? Any discussion? Hearing none, Administrator Bergman, please call the roll.
Pritchett.
Yes.
Stenglein.
Yes.
Erickson.
Yes.
O'Day.
Yes.
Stunek. Johnson. And Bevins.
Yes, we are underway. Item E, nope, sorry. Item 6 is a presentation, State of the City Address by Mayor, the Honorable Mayor Badeau.
So the best part of being the mayor is that somehow by becoming it, I became honorable. So it's the best part of it. So a tradition that has happened around these parts is that at the end of the year, giving a year in review of the state of Brainerd. And within our packet, I have a letter to the citizens of Brainerd. I was not going to read it. You guys can decide whether I read it or not. I'm going to read it. Here we go. All right. So it says, Dear citizens of Brainerd, it is an exciting time to be a part of the city of Brainerd. Last year, we celebrated our 150th anniversary. We did so by gathering and looking back on the past that has created the strong foundation we have as a community. In doing so, we were able to highlight what has made us such a special area over the decades past, and we drew upon the generations of history we hold to look forward to the future for what that will bring. However, in this last year of celebration, we also found ourselves moving forward at an impressive pace. Be the best version of Brainerd. This is the mantra that we hold as a city. Not to be what anyone else has become, not to concern ourselves with what those around us measure themselves against, but rather to focus our visions internally and strive to truly understand what makes us unique and what sets us apart. That is no small task. In a world where digital marketing is king, and our lives are manipulated to keep our eyes busier than our hands, to truly pause and identify what our strengths and weaknesses are can be challenging. Yet, we as a community have proven we are up to that task. Excuse me. Oh, man, yeah, who wrote this? I have witnessed and experienced this mentality firsthand, from the entrepreneurs and business owners leading the charge in our historic downtown to the environment that is being cultivated at the Northern Pacific Center and the continued growth of each of our historic neighborhoods with businesses within each. What we are seeing in our city is a wave of momentum. That momentum is not because of City Hall. That is not what government is about. It is led by the people who get up every day and flip over the open signs and sweep off the sidewalks to welcome in new business. It is led by the workers who fill up their coffee mugs as they head out the door on their way to work, and is led by the members of the community who go above and beyond to make the day-to-day lives of those around them just a little better. We in Brainerd are blessed with an abundance of doers and an overwhelming support of those who help along the way. That is what's setting us apart. In the last year, we have come a long way. It takes doing the small things right again and again to make the biggest differences. We as a city have come so far in such a short time. However, we are nowhere near where I know we will be. As we close out this 150th year of our existence, I want to champion those among us that are leading the way by doing the small things right each and every day. It is because of you that we are riding this powerful wave of momentum, and it's because of you that we can continue to strive to be the best version of Brainerd. Sincerely, Mayor Bedell. End of report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next up is item 7, council committee reports. Item 7A, Personal and Finance Committee Chairman Gabe Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have 3 items on the agenda. The first of which is ratify the hiring of the 2021-2022 Parks Winter Temporary Employees. And the motion is to ratify the hiring of the 2021-22 Parks Winter Temporary Employees as noted on the attached listing, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnson, a second by Stunek. Any discussion? Hearing none.
I've got one,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, yeah. This is within the budget, and we did get enough employees to keep all of our warming houses open all season long in the city of Brainerd.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next is the police officer hiring of Stephen Nisley. And the motion is to, I got to scroll down a second. The motion is to hire police officer Stephen Nisley starting at the LELS Step 1 rate of $29.79 with the starting date of January 11th, 2022, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnson, second by staying line. Chairman Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. He is, as I stated in the motion, he'll be coming in at Step 1, and for those counting at home, this is our 25th sworn officer. We do have 26 budgeted for 2022, so if we can keep everybody we have and hire another one, we will be at the budget. And if we hire 2 more, we will be above budget.
Is that good?
It's a challenge.
Challenge. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our final item is the League of Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust Liability Coverage Waiver Form. And the motion is to approve and submit the liability coverage waiver form with does not waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability established by Minnesota statute section 466.04 option selected, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Stunek. Mr. Chair.
This is an annual election that needs to be made. Staff and our insurance agents always recommend, or have in my time always recommended, that we do not waive our statutory limit on tort liability. We're doing that again this year.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Anything else, Mr.
No,
Chair?
end of report.
All right, thank you very much. Item 7B is Safety and Public Works Chairman Mike O'Day.
Thank you, Mr. President. We just had 2 items on tonight's agenda. First of which was a request to a change order 3 for improvement 19-01 Northwest 4th Street reconstruction. The motion coming out of committee was to recommend approval of the attached change order 3 for a total amount of $935.00. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by O'Day, second by Pritchett. Any discussion? Mr. O'Day?
This was the addition of 10 delineators, and everybody knows what those are, right? Of course. Yeah. Delineators. So where we closed off James Street and Northwest 4th Street, we put in a median, so we put in some reflective delineators, 10 of those, at $93.50 each. And that is this change order.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. That change order is approved. Please proceed.
The second and last item on the agenda tonight was the same project. It was a final pay estimate approval. So the recommendation coming out of committee was to recommend the approval of the attached final pay estimate to Anderson Brothers Construction of Brainerd LLC in the final contract amount of $1,147,076.18. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by O'Day, second by Erickson. Any discussion?
This was basically right on target with what we had started with as far as a budget. The change orders 1, 2, and 3 added up to a possible $1,179,000 cost. We're 31,000, almost 32,000 below that, so we're about 2.71% under budget, though still over original budget. We had the big water main change that we had to, was it a water main change or we switched to,
We moved a storm sewer
Storm sewer.
around a water main.
so it all kind of evened out in the end.
Excellent. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Anything else, Chairman O'Day?
End of report.
Thank you very much. Excellent job, both of you. Next up is item 8, unfinished business. 8A is the appointment of commission liaisons. Usually these are 2-year appointments, but for some reason last year and in many years past, we've only appointed these 3 for 1 year. Hopefully that'll change next year, and it'll change every 2 years, just like council leadership. But for this year, they have to be reappointed for the following year, 2022. And I nominate for the Airport Commission Chief Stunek. Cable Advisory Committee is myself. And then Transportation Advisory Committee is Tad Erickson. Now, Tad, I didn't ask if you wanted to, but you've been doing well. And I think we all presumed that we were getting it for 2 years to coincide with the council leadership positions anyway. But I need a motion to approve those appointments.
So move, Johnson.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Pritchett. Any further discussion? And this would be for the year 2022. Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Thank you, and thank you all for your service. Item 8B is the call for applicants. We've got some that the mayor recommends. I'll let him take the floor.
This is just a call for applications.
Yep.
I'm back, though, for those of you keeping a track at home. Call for applications. Applications, of course, are available at our website, ci.brainerd.mn.us. Ooh, they've changed this up on me now. /boards. So I'll take you right to you. Yeah,
It's a new year.
I'm paying attention. You thought I wasn't. The following terms expired 12/31 of said year. Cable TV Advisory Committee, you can work with Stunek. 1 term expiring. I'm sorry, no, you can work with Kelly. I apologize. 1 term expiring 2021.
Still work with us, yeah.
I'll just send you to Kelly.
I'll take my time. Anyways, 1 term expiring 2021, 2 terms expiring 2022. Charter Commission, 1 term expiring 2022, 1 term expiring 2025. HRA, 1 term expiring 2022, 1 term expiring 2026. Library Board, 1 term expiring 2028. Public Utilities Commission, 1 term expiring 2026. Rental Dwelling License Board of Appeals, 3 terms expiring 2022. And also the Economic Development Authority, the EDA, 1 term expiring 2026 and 1 term expiring 2027.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You're welcome. And as council president, I have 1 opening on the Planning Commission, 1 term to expire 2023. And that's always exciting, as well as our ad hoc committee, which is the Water Tower Fundraising Committee. We have 2 positions available. Next up is item 9. This is the public forum. Time allocated for citizens to bring matters not on the agenda to the attention of the council. We usually like to limit to 3 to 5 minutes. We've got nobody in the audience this evening. Anybody online? Pardon me?
Only staff.
Okay, we only got staff online. So we opened the public hearing at, looked like 7:47 and closed it at 7:48 for the official record. Staff reports, we'll start down on this end with our police chief.
Mr.
Mike
President,
Westo.
just got a couple of updates, a couple of things working on early part of 2022. The first one will be amending the tobacco and license ordinance, so bringing in the T21 language, and I'll be working and have something hopefully to the council by the next council meeting on January 18th. Second is we'll also be working on getting the Brainerd Police Department policy converted to Lexipol and having it adopted by the council. And also, we continue to work, Brainerd Baxter, working with the Crow Wing County to update a JPA with the Lakes Area Drug Investigative Division. So just some updates on that, and I'll keep you apprised as we move on.
Thank you, Chief. Anything out of IT? Yes, okay. Connie, you're online. We'll keep you in order. Anything great and wonderful out of the finance department?
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Okay, didn't find an extra 2 mil?
Nope, I didn't, sorry.
How about 14,000?
How about no, not yet? Okay.
No, not yet, there we go, no, not yet.
All right, our Public Works Director, Paul Sandy.
Yes, I have just 2 updates. So we had a meeting here last week for our North Brainerd reconstruction project, public meeting here at the council chambers. We had 2 residents come up and just had a few questions for us, and it was the night of the snow event, so it was kind of not well attended, but it was harder to kind of shut the meeting down rather than still have it. So we're going to send out comment cards to all the residents that live along those streets to see if they have any other comments or if anyone has any issues with that proposed construction. But trying a little bit different approach, just to get the word out more. So that's something that we're going to be doing this year. Just want to send out a huge thank you to our street maintenance staff here this last week. They dealt with a couple of quick snowfalls, unprecedented snow amounts on Monday and again on Wednesday. Got all the streets open on that Monday in about 13 hours, and alleys, which is pretty quick for that amount of snow. And then again on Wednesday, they had to plow the entire city a second time. By the end of the day, Thursday, we had all the snow picked up from the streets, which was no easy task. So they put a lot of hours in. Our street foreman, Sean, said he slept in all weekend. He was pretty wiped out. So I had the opportunity to ride with him for about an hour and a half on Monday after the big snowfall. And if any of you guys have interest in riding along, I know Jennifer took a ride along too. It is, you get a very, very interesting perspective riding in the passenger seat of a plow truck for a little while. So I would recommend anyone that wants to take the opportunity. I know Sean, whenever there's a snow event, has a seat open in his truck. So.
Does that mean you come to your house so you get plowed out early?
Usually pick you up at City Hall.
Pick me up at my house, son. While you're there, just plow me out quick. Oh, I decided not to go now.
I did end up helping Sean plow at Alderman Johnson's house. So we did drive by when I was in the truck, and I waved. He wasn't outside, though.
Did you leave a big dump in the
We
driveway?
actually tipped over his garbage can a little bit. So.
Oh, yeah, we had a car on the wrong street. We almost got a ticket.
Thank you, Mr. Sandy. Community Development Director Jansky?
EDA is meeting this Thursday, January 6th at 7:30 a.m. That's all I have.
Oh, that's a lot. All right. City Attorney Langle?
Nothing, thank you.
Fire Chief Holmes, nothing to add? Thank you. And online, I think we've got Chris Schubert, don't we, from the HR department?
Yes, good afternoon, or good evening, I guess. Just a reminder that City Administrator Bergman had distributed her performance evaluation on December 23rd. We got a few of them back, but I'm hoping we can get all of them back by January 31st so that we are ready to conduct her full review on February 7th.
Do you have any pictorials or graphs as to when January 31st comes? Or do you trust that we can figure it out,
Use
Chris?
small words, please.
Yeah, use small, right. Maybe you could send everybody a purple dinosaur on the 31st or something. Thank you, Chris.
I make a motion. You're doing well. We don't have to do it. How's that?
No, it's got to be done. Thank you. And our city administrator, Jennifer Bergman.
So you do have a report in your council packet, so I'm not going to go over that again. I just wanted to remind you that I will not be at the next city council meeting. So just a reminder that that is why my performance evaluation is being pushed off to the 7th. And yeah, there you go. It's a free-for-all that night. And then I just wanted to second what Paul said about the snow plowing. And really encourage you to take a ride along with Sean. It is incredibly eye-opening. One of the things that I really have an appreciation for is how incredibly challenging it is to get around mailboxes, garbage cans. The day I went was the day that garbage trucks were coming. Lot of cars, lot of mailboxes, and a lot of garbage cans. So it was pretty eye-opening. I would encourage you to do that. That's all I got, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Jennifer. Next up is the Honorable Mayor Dave Bedell.
That's right, honorable for sure. If you're keeping track at home, we are now at 30% Mayor Bedell for this meeting. With this report, first of all, I just want to say that we got to start having longer meetings because we're paying Joel to show up. And I'm pretty sure that we got to at least make these
Paying him to
meetings
go
long
home,
enough.
too.
We got to make these meetings long enough if we're going to have this guy driving all the way up
Get
here.
in some more lawsuits.
That's right. We got to have more controversy. Anyways, I want to second Paul's comments about the meeting for the project in North Brainerd. I do believe that Paul will only be scheduling his meetings during snow events because nobody was interested in their streets, and everybody's always interested in their streets. So, Paul, I know your tricks. I've seen them. I know what you're up to. But if you are interested, North Brainerd, you should really get a hold of City Hall, take a look at what's happening, specifically if there's concerns about sidewalks and those sorts of things in that area, what that's going to look like. It looks fantastic, but I can tell you right now, I was at that meeting and the red pen came out and changes were made on the spot. So if citizens have concerns, that's the time to come speak to us because we can work with you. We can try to figure things out. So I hand it to Paul for conducting that meeting during the snowstorm. I was able to make it. I didn't see any of you, so I'm just going to say
Not that far from the Dutch room.
That's right. I was hanging out at the Christmas tree. Anyways, the other thing I just wanted to note, super fast, Big Sev, get yourself there. We won't talk about what's happening over there. It's just exciting. It's exciting. That's all we're going to say. Figure it out. Get yourself over there. It's a secret. Get yourself to Big Sev. But then lastly, the snow shoveling brigade is underway. We now officially have a waiting list, and I apologize to any citizens that have called that had to get put onto a waiting list. We have X amount of volunteers. We're trying to get some more volunteers involved. We have a couple that we're just looking to see if they can take on a few addresses. But we have 15, I believe, addresses that we are currently taking care of during the snow, and we picked a wonderful year to do it because it just snowed and continued to snow forever. So. But it was really nice to be involved in that. I was able to get out there myself and help a couple of the properties. My goal in it has been to be available if someone cannot take the property that they have assigned themselves to or that we've assigned them to. And we've had a couple of times already where we've had to go back and shovel after the plows have come through. But really eye-opening that the citizens that are asking us for the help in the shoveling of their sidewalks, I can tell you right now, these are people that really need the help. So really eye-opening, but I'm glad that as a city we're able to step up and that those volunteers are available. And again, if you've been put onto the waiting list, we have just a couple properties that have been put onto a waiting list. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to find a few more volunteers. And if you're out there and you want to help shovel snow, let's go. We got all the shovels. You got the manpower. We can get it done. So thank you. End of report.
Have them just contact City Hall?
You can contact City Hall and they will put you in contact with myself, or we're working with Gina from the county as well and trying to get the whole process done. There are some waivers that need to get signed, so there's a process involved with it. And truthfully, I would just like to ask citizens that this is meant for people that are really in need. So, you know, there are services that are available that you can, at local businesses that will come clear your sidewalks and your driveways. However, I can tell you just from experience that this program is needed in the community and is pretty successful. So yes, contact City Hall and we'll put you in touch with who we can. End of report.
End of report again?
Again?
Triple report.
Tad Erickson.
Just really quickly, a couple committee updates. Planning Commission, next meeting is January 19th. We're continuing to work through the zoning code update. Not quite there yet. We're looking forward to presenting a draft soon. Next meeting, I can bring kind of a timeline for what we can expect as far as seeing that. Northland Arboretum, next meeting will be January 27th. And as Jennifer noted in her report, that the contracts are coming due this spring, and staff has letters sent out for requesting RFPs for them. So look forward to reviewing those. That's it for me.
Thanks, Tad. Do you have any?
Nothing.
David?
Happy New Year. That's about it.
Chief?
It's a pleasure working with all of you, and I'm looking forward to a nice 2022.
Okay. Thank you. Chairman O'Day?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what everybody else said about the snowplow guys, but let's stop calling them snowplows and start calling them their real names. Kirby Truckett, I think, is our leader in that group, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
spirit of Carl Showalter.
No, I think,
Who?
The spirit of Carl Showalter is the leader.
Well, the spirit of Carl Showalter is definitely lead cleanup. We can all agree on that, but just have some respect for our snowplows and our snowplowers. Thank you. End of report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think we found where the missing eggnog went.
no, it's Bob's.
Chairman Johnson?
Thank you, Mr. President. I do have 3 items. We had a project leadership team meeting, whatever, on the Highway 210 project that's coming up. As Paul mentioned in his written report, Paul and I needed to, I think, talk about it because my takeaway was slightly different, that I don't think we had a consensus on option 3. I think the consensus was option 1 is gone, but it'll be either 2 or 3. 3 is probably the best, but before we go anywhere, we need to figure out the non-motorized, the pedestrian crossing 210 to buy their groceries before we figure out what any final option was my takeaway from it. And then 2 more things. HRA Year-End, I was the chair of that this year. It was a beautiful year to run the HRA. I'm no longer doing that anymore. Well, Eric runs it, but I had the gavel for a few meetings. But if you notice today, we need 2 members, and we really do need 2 members. So if you know anybody interested in housing or redevelopment in this community, please have them put in an application. And then finally, Lakes Area Media Collaborative. We sent them a letter on August 25th asking if we could have our money back. We still have not heard from them. I will update you at the next meeting. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. How much was that again?
700,000.
700,000.
That's almost 2 million.
No response.
All right, and I have nothing to add. You guys all did a great job outside of the EDA at 7:30 this Thursday. I'm sure we'll talk about something, crypto mining maybe, or something like that.
Maybe Bladek?
Maybe Bladek, maybe economic development, all good stuff, right, Mr. Chansky?
Packet is on the city's website.
Right on the city's website. So make sure you pay attention to that before it's on the front page of the paper the next day. All right. After that, our item 13, which was our closed session, has been moved to February 7th. Is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Motion by Stunek, second by Erickson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say